So, new Pokemon ROM hack. Well, new, fairly old Pokemon ROM hack at this point, but new for me. Hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Run&Bun version. First attempt, let's go. So, this ROM hack is not your classic Pokemon game. It is going to be a lot harder. I'm not super experienced with Nuzlockes, but I have completed a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Emerald Kaiser, so I think it shouldn't be too bad. I think if things go south, it's going to be because I don't know modern Pokemon mechanics more than anything else. So I've done a little bit of looking into this game. I think from what I can tell, the optimal strat is Chimchar. I mean, I've heard that there's merits to Empoleon and Torterra as well, but I think from what I can see of the Elite Four at least, I think that Chimchar is probably the shout. Okay, so we meet our rival, Jaime. I'm sure I will completely wipe to her later. Okay, and now for the important decision. Starter. Now, for me, I define an attempt as anything making it past the first non-rival trainer. So I'm actually going to reset until I get a good Chimchar. Calm, that's not gonna do it. Hasty. 26 speed, 31 special attack, 28 attack is kind of good. Well, that was like really quick. Are the 3 IVs on attack and 5 IVs on speed gonna matter? The 4 special defense is completely irrelevant. 31 HP is kind of cool. You know what? Sure. I'll settle. I say settle. It's got 4 or 5 basically perfect stats, so I say I'll settle. Well, presumably we could just... Okay. Nickname theme. I think for the nickname theme, I'll use a random Wikipedia page. And I might refresh it a few times. Let's see, we got Salt Lake Municipal Airport. I'll call this Salt Lake, why not? Salt... run begins. So, the game gives you access to infinite use rare candy, but it caps your level for you. Now, normally when I'm doing a Nuzlocke like this, or like Emerald Kaizo, I have to sort of keep tabs on that myself. So it's kind of nice that I can just spam it. In this case, I believe the first rival battle is a level 5, so we should just be able to completely wallop them. We don't have Pokeballs yet, so we can't get our encounters yet. But for now, we can get a fishing rod. And we can get our rival battle. Okay. I mean, this should be a easy sweep. Let me just confirm this. So, Emerald Kaizo, I completed it on my 15th attempt. I am very meticulous when I plan. Yeah, the rival's not even listed on the dock. Yeah, this rival battle is just not even here. The first thing it lists is youngster Calvin with his Poochyena, his Lillipup, and his Rookity. Okay, so pretty sure it's a level 5 and we can just... I mean, there's not any other prep we can do anyway. Yep, level 5. We can click anything here. Okay. I'm not sure why they changed the sections there. In the base game, you can literally walk all the way straight down and you'll end up here. So I'm not sure why they moved like the ledge about and stuff like that, but anyway. And here we go, we get some Pokeballs and we get our Pokedex. And perhaps more importantly, we get our running shoes. Okay, and now we can start getting encounters. I'm not sure how tight money is in this game. I can't imagine it's very tight. Right, because I imagine you're limited more by what you can find more than what you can buy. Because we can't even use items in battle, so... I mean, potion just means save yourself the effort of walking back to town. Which... So it's always going to just be Pokeballs, I guess? Let's get ourselves some Premier Balls while we're at it. Okay. And now we have a decision to make. What encounters can we get? We've got 103, Oldale, 101, 102, and Little Roots. If I bring up the encounter table... that's this one. Okay, so let's see. What's in Little Root? Little Root has... Surskit, Lotad, Finneon, and Timple. But surfing, it has Sobble, Oshawott, Totodile, and Squirtle. Delaying for surf for what, a Blastoise or a Feraligatr seems kind of mediocre. So probably fishing. I mean, Sobble would be like decent. Squirtle could be decent, but I think it's probably fishing here. But I'll delay this for a minute because it's water type and it could actually do like meaningful damage to Chimchar, so I'm probably going to catch something else first. Route 101, we've got Lillipup. Well, Route 101 we can't really delay it for anything unless we're delaying for Synchronize. Route 103. No, 102, sorry. 102 has Ralts, Abra, Natu, all of which can have Synchronize, so it's probably Route 102 first. Yeah, I think it's Route 102 to maximize Synchronize odds. Because if we can get like a solid nature, then we can Synchronize. Yeah, it's either that or we're going for an encounter in Oldale first, which doesn't seem correct. I mean, we resist the fire type moves from Oldale, but I don't think it makes sense to delay that, because that could be something really good, like a Houndour or an Arcanine. Well, actually, I don't even know if Houndour is any good in this game. In Emerald Kaiser, they buffed it like crazy to make it sort of have its Mega's stats for free. So this one, I imagine, has the Mega, and I don't know if the Mega's like good. I mean, the Mega's probably fine. Yeah, so it's probably fishing for, well, fishing, it's running in the grass, right? Fishing could be Surskit, Psyduck, Remoraid, or Carvanha. I mean, Remoraid might be a good dupe to get rid of, but I don't think it's worth. And then delaying this for Surf is just never happening. Yeah, we're never delaying this one for Surf, so it has to be running. I think Natu's pretty good. I think Ralts is crazy, but if I'm gonna take a guess, Ralts probably knows Teleport. Oh no, they didn't give him Teleport in this game. Yeah, in Emerald Kaiser they just straight up gave it Teleport. Interesting. It would have access to Heal Pulse, Magical Leaf, Lucky Chant. Honestly, I don't think Ralts is going to do very much until it evolves into Curlia. Yeah, so I think... But I mean, long term, I think Ralts is probably the shout. Like, if we have the freedom to just get whatever we want, it would be Ralts. Although Ralts is not very likely. There we go. So it's what, 1% for Ralts? I mean, Rookity could also be very good. I haven't played really any of the mainline games since Generation 6, so I believe... Yeah, Rookity's the one that evolves into Corviknight. Yeah, it's Rookity into Corvisquire into Corviknight. So Rookity could be a very good encounter here as well. Let's see what we get. Okay, Fletchling. No shot we have access to this thing's hidden ability, right? It's going to just be, you know, a shitty one. Hidden ability Gale Wings, yeah, so we're not going to have that. We're going to have Keen Eye, and it's going to become Flame Body. It's another fire type, but it is a flying type. Flying type's good. It being a fire type, though, is a little bit redundant already. Oh, I forgot to heal. Oh. I'm so very good at this. Let me... Yep, there we go, that's better. Yeah, I wouldn't have chosen Fletchling. Let me actually see. Fletchling. Do I damage calc this? Sure. I'm just going to put blank set Chimchar against blank set Fletchling so I have an idea. Level 12. Level 5. Fletchling knows Tackle as its only attacking move. Okay. Tackle. Let's assume this is like the absolute god Fletchling and has max attack IVs and a plus nature. it does 11% to 16%. And if it crits, it does 25% max. Okay, and if I were to scratch it... Oh. Yeah, scratch would be my lowest damaging move, tied with Mach Punch for this. Scratch with crit. Let's assume it's the worst fletchling in the world in this regard, so it has 0 in defense and 0 in HP. And we'll assume it's got a defense dropping nature. And then we assume that I max roll crit. 28 attack IVs. I do 94% to 115%. Okay, so a crit does sometimes one-shot this. Yeah, I do sometimes one-shot this with crit if it's very weak fletchling and I am very strong Chimchar. And what's its capture odds? I suppose I can just chuck a ball. I think I'm probably overthinking this. There we go, fletchling caught. State Act. Okay. State Act. Okay. So quick scan of what fletchling learns. Tackle, growl, quick attack, aerial ace, flame charge, roost, will-o-wisp, natural gift, acrobatics, Mephos, tailwind. And after evolving, it's gonna get access to Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, Flame Charge. Evolves at 17 and then again at 35. I can work with fletchling, but let's see what its stats are. Quiet. That is miserable. That's probably the worst nature it could have. I mean, it's got 26 in speed. If I can change its nature later on with heart scales, it could be good. As is, I suspect it is going to not be doing altogether too much. Yeah, it's going to not be doing altogether too much. That being said, I think it's fine. I mean, Talonflame has really good speed regardless, so I'm sure it'll come up somewhere. Chimchar and Fletchling. Okay, I think for Fletchling I'll level it to 10 so that I don't have the same issue with Chimchar where it will one-shot the wild encounter. Okay, next encounter. Next encounter is probably Oldale. That's like the one that I resist most. Run&Bun encounters. Let's also just mark this off. Oldale Town. Oh wait, not Oldale Town. I've gotten my encounter in Route 102. Okay, so Oldale, it can be Ponyta, Growlithe, Houndour, Fletchling, well, we've got dupes on that, Sizzlipede, Salandit, or Litleo. I mean, Pyroar could be good, Salandit could be pretty good, but I think Growlithe is ideal. Can Growlithe have... Can our Growlithe have Intimidate? Growlithe. Okay, standard Growlithe has Intimidate. In fact, it can only have Intimidate. So that would be very nice. Flame Burst, Flamethrower, Crunch at some high level stuff. We've got some Flare Blitzes here. You can learn Outrage. Okay. And then the Hisuian form can have Intimidate or Rock Head. Then I reckon there's probably no way to tell which, because it would be a Trademon anyway. I suppose Intimidate and Rockhead are both good. I mean, Rockhead for Head Smash seems pretty good. Yeah. So ideally, we get a Growlithe from this. Yeah. So ideally, it's Growlithe or Houndour, or I suppose Salandit could also be pretty good, or Litleo. So really, we're happy with most anything here. We don't want Ponyta, we don't want Sizzlipede, I don't think. Although Sizzlipede's probably fine. I just don't want Ponyta. Houndour. Okay. It's a dark type, Any method for me to identify what this thing's ability is? I mean, I may as well. It doesn't matter what it is, I'm catching it regardless, but... Houndour. Okay, it has Leer and Ember. It has either Early Bird or Unnerve. I didn't see an Unnerve message, but I could have just been sped up, so it's probably Early Bird. Which could be okay. I would have preferred Unnerve, I think. Evolves at level 24. Okay. Damage calculator, probably a safe bet that I one-shot this thing with crit, because it's a level 2. Houndour. Level 2. With 0 defense IVs. Minus defense nature. Against Fletchling. 13 attack IVs, neutral nature, using tackle. Yeah, that kills, I think. Oh no, that's level 100, wait. 10. Yeah, that always kills. 150% without crit. Okay, so I can never weaken this. Quick sanity check, what does it learn? Leer Ember, okay. I checked that already, but can never be too careful. Oh, got it in one, nice. Okay, Houndour nickname. Three forms. Sure. Okay. Timid. Timid's good. 15 special attack, 17 speed. That's pretty decent. 31 HP is nice. Not a bad Houndoom. Or at least it will be. Okay, so that's a Houndoom acquired. Okay. That's Oldale completed. Okay, so next up, 103, 101, or Little Root. Well, Little Root has very little overlap with the others, if I'm looking at this correctly. Yeah, what do we want from 103, 101 rather? Dealing would be fine. Litleo would be alright. Pidgey could be pretty good. Starly would probably be amazing, right? Staraptor's gotta be good. Whoop. Does Poochyena get Intimidate in this game? Runaway and Mightyena has Intimidate. Okay, so Poochyena could be acceptable as well. Galarian Zigzagoon's probably good. I mean, Obstagoon's got good stats from what I understand. Mega Lopunny's probably cracked. So maybe Baneri. Although I'm not sure when we get the Mega Stone. Well, I don't have a way of manipulating this. They're all 2 to 3, so yeah. So I don't have a way to manipulate it, so we just get what we get, I guess. What's our endless candy? Up to 12, I guess, and then get him up to 10 or 12, I guess, whatever works. And let's see what we get. It's Poochie. Poochyena is probably one of the worst encounters on this route, I'll be honest. Hang on, is this all-female team, by the way? It's a level 3 Poochyena. There's no shot I can actually chip it. Okay. Oh, wow. Skill issue. Oh well. Okay, Poochyena nickname. I'm just gonna roll this off to the side here. Acalanes High School. Okay, what we get on Pooch? Lax. The dog is kind of dog. Yeah, the dog is kind of dog. Oh. Really hoping Chimchar will carry this then. Used up all my luck on the Chimchar resets, I guess. I was prepared to sit here for a long time resetting for Chimchar. Lowers foes attack with priority. 5 power points sand attack. If I'm ever using sand attack, then I'm down real fucking bad. Okay, I actually have to check this. Does Odor Sleuth mitigate Bright Powder? Does Odor Sleuth mitigate Bright Powder? Causes all accuracy checks against the target to ignore any changes to that target's evasion stat changes. Odor Sleuth can be reflected. Magica will fail. Odor Sleuth is now always okay. In Gen 4 up, it also bypasses accuracy checks to always hit, unless the target is semi-invulnerable. Odor Sleuth now only causes accuracy checks against the target to ignore changes to its evasion stat if its evasion stat stage is greater than 0. It does not, so it doesn't mitigate Bright Powder is what I'm seeing. Okay, if it doesn't mitigate Bright Powder, then I don't think it's going to be very useful to us. Yeah. Certainly less useful than Tackle and Bite. Sand Attack is unlikely to come up, but it could come up if I need to steer. I'm glad to say with my playthrough of Emerald Kaizo, I never needed to steer. I literally planned every fight. Every single death in attempt 15 was a planned death. Okay, so we got ourselves Houndoom on Route 101. Puccina. So next, it's either 103 or Little Root. Let's see, 103 in the grass, we can get Gossifleur, Bounsweet, Execute, Budu, Seedot, Lotad, or Deerling. I have no idea how good Gossifleur, Bounsweet, or any of those other things are. Well, Execute could be good, Lotad could be very good. I mean, Lotad was crazy in Emerald Kaizo. Meanwhile, in Little Root, yeah, there's no way we delay for the Sobble Chomps. I think it's gotta be just Fish for Surskit, Lotad, Finneon, or Timpole. In which case, we want to maximize our odds for Lotad. That means encountering... Is there an argument to Fish on Route 103? I mean, Tentacle's crazy. I think I'd be very happy with Tentacool. Yeah. So I think it's probably Fish on 103. Yeah, I think 103 is probably Fishing. That being said, I have no idea if Gossifleur or Bounsweet are any good. And Roserade could be very strong. In EK, I took Sceptile as my starter, so I had a fast grass type. I think fast grass types are going to be hard to come by, so maybe I should be going grass for the chance at Budew. But Tentacle's so good. First gym's a fighting type gym too. And then Roxanne, so I feel like Tentacruel's gotta be the way to go. Yeah, so we fish. Let's see, Super Rod, we'll use that. Okay, what did we get? Good to see that they made it, oh, Lotad's very good. Another female Lotad. Huh. Everything's female in this game. Okay, so female Lotad. I mean, Lotad's good. Since it doesn't resist any of my moves, I'm guessing I can't chip this thing. I'm happy with the Lotad. Lotad was what, 10%? Yeah, 10% chance by fishing. Okay, so let's... Now, I would just give it the nickname that I gave it for Emerald Kaizo, but I can't remember what that was. So it will be... named after... a few rerolls here. Union Pacific Denver and the Gulf Railway, so Pacific works. Pacific. Okay, show me a good nature and ability on this thing. Well, well, it does flash. Rain Dish. I mean, Modest is a good nature. Rain Dish. I think we probably wanted Swift Swim on this. Sanity check. Can it get Swift Swim? Yeah, it could have been Swift Swim. Well, unfortunate on the ability, but the nature's good. What do we get? 30 special attack. The 5 HP kind of sucks, and the 5 defense kind of is sad, but this is almost max special attack. Fuck yeah, we can roll with this. Natural Gift. The effectiveness varies with the held berry. Now it feels like it's going to be useful. It's the one that changes type as well based on the berry. And so that could be very good. Astonish is probably our weakest move, but it is a ghost type move, which we don't really have on anything else. We don't have anything that... Well, we don't have anything that has battle armor or shell armor, or I believe magma armor was also changed in this game to be the same, which means that Growl is probably not going to help us. Yeah, Growl's like a steer move. I'll probably regret that the decision to forget Growl later, but I think we have Baby Doll Eyes on the Poochiana, so I think we're fine. Okay, so we go to our locations. Route 103, we've gotten our encounter here now, so we can mark that off. Okay, and now it's time for Little Route. Since we've already got Lotad, it's Surskit, Finneon, or Timpole. Surskit seems pretty strong early. We don't have any bug types, and it's another flying type. Though I think long-term Timpole for the water ground coverage sounds good. I mean, we can't control it, but let's see what we can do. Okay, what have we got? Another Lotad, that's dupes. Well, that's a 1 in 25 to happen. Magic. There we go. Okay, Finneon is... It's a water type. It's a water type. I mean, there's not much I can say about Finneon. It's water type. First male in the team. Finneon is going to be nicknamed after... Hmm. 3-15-20. Okay, so we got Lotad and Finneon to add to the crew. Okay, and that's our first set of 6. It's not crazy strong, but it's not exactly weak. I feel like Chimchar is going to do a lot of heavy lifting for this. Oh, I should check the stats on Finneon. I'm not even sure what you want on a Finneon. Whatever it is, probably... okay. Gentle is certainly a nature that exists. Oh, the Ivies are good, though. The Ivies are pretty nice. Bit slow, but it's got good special attack. I have no idea if Finneon's got decent physical attack as a Pokemon. Decent HP. All in all, I can't complain. Okay. First opponent. Now to figure out how this script works. Huh. Well, that was kind of easy. Copy. Okay, first opponent is youngster Calvin, I believe. Yeah. These will probably be pushovers, but if I lose a Pokemon to this, it's going to be just very annoying and very embarrassing, so... Poochiena and Lillipup and Rookidee. Fletchling still level 10? No? Then why does my... Oh, there's a... Looking at the wrong Fletchling. Okay. Aerial Ace can one-shot this. So can Ember... Okay, Mach Punch from Chimchar always one-shots this. Yeah, so Chimchar can just one-shot that, so we'll just reorder Chimchar to be the first lead. Hold item... None. Okay. Lillipop has Tackle, Bite, and Sand Attack. I mean, we can Mach Punch it twice. If it Sand Attacks, we can switch into basically anything. And Rookity can do maximum with crit 30 damage to us. Yeah, so this looks completely free. Sand Attack. We just don't miss. Easy. Oh. Yeah. Okay, I need to not be so stupid, and I need to remember to switch back to the game when I'm done with the calc. I mean, it shouldn't be an issue with like the serious fights. I'm probably going to spend hours calcing. Oh, Mudcatcher next. Grubbin, Pineco, Sizzlipede. Okay, Chimchar one-shots with Ember. We one-shot the Pineco as well. Sizzlipede we don't match very well into with Chimchar. But we can probably switch to Finneon on that. Finneon 2 shots with Water Gun. We are never dead to double crit Bug Bites. Yeah, so it's just going to be lead Chimchar, one shot, go to Finneon, 2 shot, go to Chimchar, 1 shot. Okay, so it's execute. One tap. Oh. Did not expect that sequencing. I'm gonna have to look at the code on that. Oh, I suppose neither of them outspeed, neither of them out damage, so they're all minimum priority, so it's just whatever. Okay. Right, none of them see kill, none of them out damage, etc. Cool. Okay, we can top up. And then next is going to be the guy that's usually standing up here. Okay, they moved him over. Oh. 32 Oran berries. I feel like that's not much for that bush. 60 pet shadows. Okay. Okay, this youngster here, who's he? Trainer battles. This is youngster Alan, who leads with a Skiddo. Okay, so let's find Skiddo. Presumably Chimchar just defeats this thing easily. What a Houndour. Houndour sometimes one-shots, so we go for Houndour lead for Ember. Vine Whip, Tackle, Synthesis, none of that's relevant. Okay, it's not holding anything relevant, it's holding Lumberry. Okay. For Pyroar, we can probably switch to Finneon, which, yep, easily solos. And then from Golduck, we can probably switch to Lotad. Yeah, okay. Don't need to do much calculating there. Houndoom or Houndour. Ember. Didn't get the one shot, but it's fine. We just kill him here anyway. Litleo. We switch to Finneon. Watergun. Watergun. That did a lot of damage. Lotad. Absorb. Cool. Okay, next up is Alas, presumably. Document, trainers. Las Tiana. Swirlix Spinda. Unburdened Berry Juice with Metronome. Okay, these could be a little spooky. Swirlix, it's Last Tiana. Okay, Last Tiana. Metronome is the scary move, so we need to kill this thing as quickly as we can. Houndour can two-shot it, though we have to worry about Berry Juice. We can also technically two-shot it with Fletchling. Houndour Ember seems to be the highest damage, but Metronome is just so dubious. Yeah, I think Houndour has the best matchup here, but then we do want to be ready for Spinda. Though we don't even two-shot the Spinda. Spinda's actually kind of scary for this stage in the game, right? I'm not going crazy, like, it's got pretty damn good stats for this early. Yeah, Chimchar matches best into Spinda, but geez, we take 25% from Fake Out. So it's always Chimchar into this thing. And then really it's a question of Metronome. Yeah, so I don't have the tools necessary to guarantee a victory on this, because, well, to guarantee a deathless victory, because Metronome could Explosion. Yeah, if they just randomly Metronome into Explosion, there's nothing I can do. A Pokemon just dies. Well, you know, there's what, like, at this point there's probably, what, 500 moves? Something like that. So we're looking at like a 0.5% chance for like Explosion or Metronome or something equivalently broken. So I think we kind of just go with it. We just roll with it. We do our best to minimize the odds of Metronome doing something crazy. there's only so much we can do. It's just Ember here. Let me check this again. Smog is a little stronger sometimes. So I guess we Ember and then go into Smog. What's the accuracy on Smog? Okay, then we're never using Smog, it's just Ember. If we low roll into a high roll, we can kill this thing without it using its berry juice. Nope, okay. So we've got an Unburden metronome user come in and hot. Berry Wind, that's good. That's scary. Curse. Okay, Curse is not scary at all. It lowers its speed, so I think we're probably going to be faster than it and kill it then. Well, we've got a good chance to kill it. We're not guaranteed here. Okay, Fairy Wind. Okay, I'm fine with Fairy Wind. And then we finish it off with anything. Spinda. Spinda always fakes out here, right? Yeah, Spinda always uses fake out here. So it doesn't matter what I click, I can just switch to whatever's best matched up. I'm going to go into Chimchar, and I'm going to hope he doesn't crit with fake out. That's kind of spooky. Okay, I'm going to Mach Punch. I think I can two-shot, but it's unlikely. Let me check. Yeah, it is a 10% chance to... Oh, nicely done. Oh, wait, Berry Juice. Wait, what was that? I should not have sped up there. What the fuck was that? Was Misty Explosion? Well, I guess it's a good thing I went into a fire type then. That was a little spooky. I was probably dead to crit there. Yeah, I think I was dead to crit there. Well, that was kind of spooky. Let me just, grab this item and make my way to the next town over and maybe change my pants. I saw the exploding animation and the health of the opponent dropped to 0 and I was like, oh fuck. That was close. That had no right to be this close. I mean, Emerald Kaiser did something similar. I believe that she had a Togepi and Jigglypuff with Metronome. Well, let's go learn how to catch a Pokemon. Let's see, can I get the extremely rare event where Wally KOs a shiny Ralts? Okay, no, not shiny, but can we get the event where Wally knocks it out? Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Okay, and then Wally runs off. Okay, Norman will be coming back with you later. I'm actually not sure. Is Norman's gym still one where you can choose, or did they revise the gym to be all the trainers? Okay, so we've got 2 new encounters, Petalburg and Route 104. Now I believe Petalburg is almost always going to be procrastinating, right? Okay, so let's see. Petalburg, it's Krogunk, Shellos, Surskit, Timpole, Lotad. Okay, Lotad's dupes, so it would be Surskit or Timpole or Krogunk? Or Shellos. But if we delay it, it's a shot at Poplio. Now, I haven't played Sun and Moon, but from what I understand, Primarina is crazy. And considering the Hall of Fame having all these Primarinas in it, I feel like this is definitely a delay angle. Yeah, we always delay this for Surf. Yeah, we always delay this for Surf. Oh, we got our encounter here. So it's always going to be delay Petalburg. Route 104. We could delay for Gyarados, Starmie, Sharpedo, Kingdra. Or we could fish for Horsey, Remoraid, Weasel, Krabby, Clauncher. But from what I understand, we really want Weedle. If we can get Weedle, that would be very, very nice. So it's always going to be Grass encounter and hope for the Weedle. Scatterbug's acceptable. Sizzlipede's fine. Salandit's good. Yanma's good. Well, I think. Yanma might be good. Depends on if he gets access to Speed Boost or not. Probably not. Considering it's a difficulty hack, they probably don't give him access to Speed Boost. But Salandit could be very good. I say it. Salandit only evolves into Salazzle if it's female, right? That just occurred to me. So Salandit might not be a good encounter. Salandit evolves at level 30 regardless of gender. Okay, so they modified the evolution. Okay. In that case, Salandit could be a good encounter. Most of these are bugs or fire type. Which means presumably we lead with Chimchar. And we grab from our bag. We turn off the repellent. I like the look of this patch of grass. Okay, what are we getting? Scatterbug. It's no Weedle, but Vivillon's not bad. It's early evolution, right? It evolves at a low level. Level 12, yeah. Well, level 9 into Spupa, level 12 into Vivillon. Oh, this is a Protect user. Okay, we get access to Protect, which is nuts. We get access to Sleep Powder, which is probably pretty bad. I'm not going to rely on the low accuracy move like Sleep Powder if I can help it. Later on, it gets access to Hurricane. Okay, so it could be Shield Dust or Compound Eyes. I can never remember what those do. Compound Eyes I know is boosted accuracy. So maybe Compound Eyes plus Wide Lens is enough to make Sleep Powder good, but I'm not sure. I'd have to see when we get there. But yeah. Also, I won't know its ability. I know I will because it gets shield doesn't compound as a scatterbug as well. Okay. It's a basic bug. It's got to have like a high catch rate, right? Surely. Okay, what are we nicknaming this thing? We cure that next. Let's see, Killaloo. A town in County Clare. Oh no, this is from the Irish word meaning wood of the cough. A townland and hamlet in County Londonderry. Kill butchering the pronunciation, but Killaloo it is. Let's go see what he looks like. I mean, it's a protect user. Honestly, if it has bad stats, it might be a good thing if it's a protect user. So I'm not sure. I think the stats on this thing are mostly irrelevant. I mean, if I have a choice, it'll be a special attack. Okay, Hasty's good. That means it's got boosted speed. IVs are kind of mid, but it's fine. I mean, we don't really care too much about the stats on this. Alright, that's the nice thing about a protect Pokemon. It protect has max priority always. Okay, so we got ourselves a bug type. I'm going to leave it in the box for the moment. I think I'll keep going until the grunt. Yeah. Let me just update the document. Sucks we don't get Weedle, but no, it is what it is. Okay, this dude, what's he got? The first thing I'm seeing is Sonic Boom on that Yanmega, which looks terrifying. Krabby Clobberpuss Yanma. Krabby. Okay, so Krabby, we probably match into it with Lotad. Ooh, that is a lot of damage on Stomp. Though we recover a lot off of Absorb. So presumably we go Lotad. Is he faster? Speed tie? Oh no, not a speed tie, that's bad. Speed tie means we could move first with Absorb and then go after him with Absorb, and that would be really bad for us. Is Bubble guaranteed to speed drop? It says may lower speed. 10% chance to lower speed by 1 stage. That's not good enough. Okay, if we're not facing this thing with Lotad, then what would we face it with? Aqua Jet, Stomp, Mud Shot. So Fletchling could be okay into it. Yeah, Fletchling baits random non-mud shot attack. What about Pooch? This is very awkward. I suppose he only ever kills with 2 max rolls, but he can also kill with crit. Right? So even if I equip, like, Oranberry, if he goes low roll into a critical hit, then I'm just dead. Incidentally, what happens if I use Nature Power with an Oranberry? Basically nothing. Okay. This is mildly problematic. I don't like this. Not one bit. Okay, Finneon can always hit it twice. And is faster. Yeah, much faster. Honestly, do I just... I suspect Scatterbug is going to be a lot better. Actually, I think Vivillon probably handles this thing no problem. Actually. Looking at his team, I suspect we're not going to need 2 fire types for this team. Although Yanma could be a big problem. At least Yanma is going to do a constant 20 damage. Like, it can't critical hit with Sonic Boom. I suspect Houndoom is going to be like Houndour is going to be the weakest entry here. Like, it just definitely loses to Krabby and Clobberpuss. Yeah, Houndoom is never coming in against anything. Yeah, so Houndoom for Scatterbug. Spupa, we get Protect. Pavilion, we get Air Cutter. We have access to Stun Spore? Oh, I forgot to check the ability on this. Normally I'd be like, String Shot sucks, but... Oh wait, it's 95? Maybe it does suck. Nah, when are we ever clicking Tackle? Compound Eyes. That is actually very good. I didn't even notice it. Compound Eyes means that we have a very highly accurate Stun Spore. We have... It's what, 99% accurate? I think it's... I need to read up on my mechanics on this, but I think Stun Spore's like basically guaranteed now. And String Shot as well. Okay, so now that I've done this, let's export. Revlon. Okay. Oh, we can sometimes even one-shot with Air Cutter, and we're way faster. This looks a lot better, a lot more promising. Okay, so does it, when it does calcs, when the air does calcs, does it calc assuming max damage, or does it calc assuming a random roll? Because I know it boosts priority moves if it sees that I kill it. But does it see that assuming max damage? If AI is dead to a Playermon and slower, all attacking moves with priority get additional priority. How does it know if it's dead, though? Stats abilities, rest of this document. Okay. AI will calculate a score for each move and choose the highest score. If multiple moves with the same score, it will randomly select one of them. In a double battle, it will calculate a score for each of its moves on each possible target and choose the highest scoring move. In Run&Bun, it knows all that. The rest of the document. AI has a basic function to see if a move is useless. For example, if Stealth Rocks is already set. So forth. I will not be listing all the possible bad move cases here. I have no idea. When it calcs the damage that I'm going to deal to it, does it use randomness? This might not be super relevant here specifically, but it will definitely be relevant in future. I don't want to make an assumption because that would be bad practice. Because it might see that I kill it here and go for Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet's max roll is the same as Stomp's max roll, but Aqua Jet is preferable. I mean, even if it crits me twice, I'm safe. Yeah, so Vivillon can 1v1 this. Then Clobberpuss. They'll never ever switch Clobberpuss into my Pavilion. Yeah, they simply won't. They'll go into Yanma, probably. Or will they? Oh, they might take a kill with Sonic Boom and go straight into Yanma, yeah. much life does it... Vivillon has 44 HP, that's kind of nuts. Well, now I kind of want to chip the Krabby first. Oh, but if I chip it, he's always going to see... Yeah, he's always going to see that. Although if I can bait Mud Shot... Do I have anything that can bait Mud Shot? Something that resists Aqua Jet and Stomp but is weak to Mud Shot. Yeah, I can't bait Mud Shot. Yeah, because Aqua Jet is almost always going to do more than Mud Shot to anything. Yeah, I was hoping I could switch Vivillon into Mud Shot, but that doesn't seem like an option. Okay, so we could chip. There's not really much point in chipping it with something else, is there? Because I'm going to get hit by 2 hits anyway with Vivillon. Yeah, Vivillon's going to get hit twice either way. So let's imagine he max crits. That's 80... Yeah, it's... Well, how much damage specifically? 18. So we'd do 36. And then we'd heal. So it would be down to 8, and then it would be up to 18 if he double crits. And he goes into Yanma. Yanma is slower than us. Yeah, Yanma is slower than us in one shot. Oh, so Vivillon just sweeps this. I mean, Clobbopus can stall the turn with Detect, but Iron Ball Yanma as well? Oh yeah, then we're way faster than all of this. We just one-shot everything. Oh. Wow, I'm overthinking this. Yeah, Vivillon really just straight sweeps this. And I don't think I even need to equip Oranberry, right? We'll go back to the calc. Right, we're faster than Krabby, so if he Stomp crit max rolls 40%, Aquajet crit max rolls 80, I'm still alive, and then I'm faster than Clobbopus, and it has no priority moves, and it's holding an Oranberry. Its ability is Limber, and then Yanma has speed boost, but it has an Iron Ball, and even if it didn't, I'm faster. So unless this calc and the document is lying about their moves, then Vivillon just sweeps. Yeah, Vivillon just sweeps. It doesn't even need a hold item. I mean, just in case, I'll put Oranberries on everyone else. Can never be too careful. In theory, this is a one-mon fight. I don't want to give one to Vivillon because that would just be a waste of an Oranberry. Yeah, I'm way overthinking this. This is easy. Yeah. Right, so by my count, it can be either, yeah, it's Aquajet, okay. It could be that he chose that because he saw that I kill him, or it could be that he just chose it because it was tied highest damage. Okay, Oranberry. Doesn't matter, I do like 80% of your health, dude. Aquajet. I could have given it an Oranberry and it wouldn't have mattered. Cool. Clobbopus. By my calcs, I just one-shot this. Interesting that it didn't use Detect, but I do just outspeed one-shot. Cool. then Yanma, I should also just outspeed one shot. Kinda crazy. Yeah, I mean, I knew Vivillon was good, but that's... damn. That's actually nuts. Cool. We like those. Okay. Next trainer. Magikarp. Choice Band and Focus Sash with Bounce and then Hydro Pump, Tackle, and Flail. And he's the only guy with Magikarps. Okay. Okay, so he leads with the Choice Band one. Let's check Lotad into this. So he's guaranteed to bounce. It's the only move he knows. Then he's Bloody Foss. Okay. Oh, Vivillon has Protect, which just completely invalidates bounce. And I'm faster, so I can hit him on the turns when he's down. Okay, so Vivillon solos this easily. And the second one, we one-shot. Oh, one-shot, air quotes. We'd hit it, it would survive with Sash. It is speed tied with us. I do not like that it is speed tied. And it has Flail, so if it's at 1 HP... Okay, so on the second one, I'm dead to losing the speed tie. No, I'm dead to winning the speed tie, getting crit by Flail. Although he'll never pick Flail on turn 1, right? Yeah, he never picks Flail turn 1. Turn 1, he picks Hydro Pump. But he could crit Hydro Pump, yeah. So I lose to Hydro Pump crit into losing the speed tie and getting either Hydro Pump critted or Flail critted. Okay, do I have something else that can deal with this thing if I do get crit on the first hit? So if he goes Hydro Pump crit and then drops to 1 HP, then I need something that can deal with Flail or Hydro Pump. Lotad is just dead to Flail crit. Okay. What can Vivillon actually do other than this? Oh, I could Stun Spore him. Still dead if he gets double crit on Hydro Pump though, so that doesn't actually help. Else I could just switch Lotad in on the Hydro Pump. Yeah, so switch Lotad in on the Hydro Pump. Absolutely tank that. Chip him a tiny bit with Astonish. Let's say Astonish max roll crits. We get 7 health off of him. So it goes down to 19. So that can count Flail. He will always pick Tackle. So we go back to the Vivillon. And then we kill with Air Cutter. Yeah, okay, so that's the line. Nice, short, sweet, and simple. Always deathless. That's what you like to see. This is the Fisherman over... Presumably this one, yeah. Okay. We'll give it a Oran Berry for luck. I don't think it should ever matter. Okay. So out comes Carp. So this thing is Choice Band with Bounce. So we hit it with an attack because we are faster. It's 3 points of speed lower than us. Then it jumps into the air. But Vivillon is busted as fuck. We have Protect. So we Protect and then we kill. Oh, I should change the text speed settings. Okay. And then in comes this Magikarp. So it sees highest damaging move as being Hydro Pump. So there's an incoming Hydro Pump. We can switch to Lotad, who absolutely devours that. This one is Focus Sash, which is why we don't attack it. Even though Vivillon does more than 100% of its HP in one hit, we do not want to do that because it's Focus Sash. So, what's our lowest damaging move here? I can't recall if it was Astonish or Bubble. I think it was Astonish. Yeah, it's Astonish. Our attack stat is that bad that it's Astonish. Okay, it tackles us. We Astonish it to break the sash. And we can actually... Oh, it has Rattled, which raises its speed. I mean, I don't care about its speed. I probably should have checked that before just attacking it. But this is fine. I think Lotad just kills, actually. So the Carp's maximum damage against us here is basically nothing. We can just absorb this. I was thinking we switch back to Vivillon, which is also just completely riskless, but this is easier. Riskless and just easier. That's the thing. Once you find a riskless solution, you can take that solution. You don't have to find the best solution. You just have to find... Well, if there are multiple perfect solutions, you don't need to find all of them, or the fastest one. You can just find any. Nice. A nice free win. Just the way we like it. Okay, and then we go option. Change speed to fast. Yeah, all these borders are kind of ugly, I'm not gonna lie. Cool. So, who's next? Trainer battles. I see Cute Charm. I see Attract. I see Thunderwave. I see Stomp. I believe they modified Attract in this. It's on move changes there. I mean, I saw it somewhere. It might be a mechanic change actually. Infatuation. There we go. Status condition is not limited by gender anymore. Okay, so that means I do have to factor that in when worrying about this. Minchino on Lady Cindy. Well, let's start by calculating with Vivillon. Vivillon seems to be just hard carrying the early game. Swift, Thunderwave, Attract. Okay, I am faster, so it will want to use Thunderwave. One is faster, but slower after paralysis. AImon has Hex or a move that flinches, or Infatuated or Confused. You get +8. Okay, so this gets a +8 priority. And what about Attract? Okay, Dark Void and all other non-damaging sleep moves. Starts at +6. Additional +1 if I can be put to sleep. Well, can be... Okay. If the above is true and they have that... Oh, non-damaging sleep moves, specifically. I thought it was all non-damaging... Okay, this is not what I'm looking for then. Now, if I assume that it has a 50-50 to use either one, it is very likely to use Thunderwave. +8 is like pretty damn high, and it does not see a kill with Swift. So let's see, I would move first, I would hit with Air Cutter for 47. They Thunderwave, Cherry Berry proc. Thunderwave, Cherry Berry. Then they are likely to click it again. And I can check after I've used the move whether it's going to kill or not. But guaranteed to get KO? Wait. Oh. That's why. 99.6% chance to hit KO. Do I have a better match into Machine? What about Monferno? Chimchar, rather. Wow, Chimchar doesn't even two-shot. Wow, Vivillon really is just way better than everything else I have. Like, none of the others come close in terms of damage output, do they? Yeah, so Vivillon really is just carrying here. So Vivillon almost always 1v1s this. Almost always. Can I do better to guarantee that I 1v1 this? I could lead Chimchar. Get without Cherry Berry. Mach Punch. I am faster, so it's very likely to Thunderwave or Attract. I don't want to switch it on Swift either, though. So let's guess that. Let's assume Vivillon 1v1s this, which it does 99.6% of the time. Although I suppose I could Air Cutter and he could Attract. Okay, so what comes out afterwards? Honestly, I can't be bothered. This feels like insufficient documentation. Do I just wing this? It's early game. Yeah, I think I'll just wing it. It's probably a bad decision, but I'll just wing it. Like I said, normally I'm super meticulous, but I think here, because it's early game, I think it's fine. 59 cherry berries. We take those. 30 oran berries. And a chesto berry. Is it really one chesto? No, it's 10 chestos, okay. So cherry berries, let's give one to each of our Pokemon. Okay, so Vivillon matches up like super well into this Minccino, so I'm just gonna full send. Right, like to my understanding, it's gonna go Thunder Wave here. Oh wait, this thing is Oranberry. Yeah, I'm never actually two-shotting this. Attract, okay. It's extremely likely to Thunder Wave. Let's go into Chimchar. There's Thunder Wave. That's Mach Punch. Thunder Wave again. Okay, so it's never going to use Thunder Wave here. But it's quite likely to use Attract. So I'm just going to click Mach Punch. Oh, that's just nice to see. I was under the assumption I'd just Para Flinch and then he would go into Attract and I could switch into Vivillon safely. Quick damage check on Jigglypuff. Max damage Jigglypuff is what, like 50-ish%? 52.7% with round. I would like to see it use Attract before I switch, so there we go. Presumably we do nothing. Yep, cool. Now this is always round. Max round crit into Vivillon is 43%. This is also holding Oranberry. I mean, this isn't a great position, but it's fine. Just don't crit. If it crits, we're still fine, but I'd prefer it doesn't. Naturally. This thing's already very slow, so I don't want to stun spore it. That seems like a waste of a turn. Oh, but it really, really, really wants to Thunder Wave me. Yeah. But it might all... Oh, if it Thunder Waves me, it is faster if it gets the Paralysis. But it won't get the Paralysis because Cherry Berry. Okay, and then we can Air Cutter this. Okay, Oranberry trigger, and that's Thunder Wave. Okay. This is never Thunder Wave. Under that knowledge, let's go to Finneon. It gets off Attract. This is presumably always Thunder Wave. Go to Chimchar. So from the look of it, it looks like its highest damage move has roughly the same priority as using Attract. which I'll bear in mind. Well, we try to kill it with Ember. Cool, we're now both attracted and Thunderwave, so it's guaranteed to use Round next turn. You know what? Try it, Chimchar. You got this. Sure. There was no risk there, and it was just safe. It was safe. Worst case, I was just losing a turn for no reason. Fanpea. Fanpea into Chimchar. Max damage, critical hit, Stomp is 44%. We're still safe. I'm just gonna Ember, attract, Water Shocker. This is guaranteed Stomp. Okay, guaranteed Stomp will go into Lotad. I'm fast. Oh, I'm not faster than this. Max damage crit Stomp into max damage crit Stomp kills my Lotad here. So it's never Lotad. We can go into Pooch. Pooch doesn't 1v1 this particularly well. What about Fletchling? Oh, Fletchling does not do anything here. I mean, Chimchar is still not dead to crit. Let's see what we do. Like, god damn. Just get some chip on there. Max roll crit from Fanpea with Stomp is exactly 16. Yeah, so max roll crit kills. So that means we're switching. How does Finneon handle? Finneon is never dead to double crit. Yeah, which means that it'll always Stomp here because we're attracted and paralyzed. Okay, and then here it is virtually guaranteed to... Oh, it doesn't know Thunderwave. Oh. I thought it was going to... I thought it knew Thunderwave for a second. Okay, so it's almost... It's like a 50-50, but it's... between attract and Stomp. Oh. That crit... I don't know if it matters. I think it matters. I think it makes this easier. Yeah, because it's... Okay, it Stomps. Yeah, then the fight's over. Yeah. The early fights here you can actually wing, which leads me to believe that this is not as hard as Emerald Kaizo. Of course, it's too early to say for sure, but at the very minimum, the pre-Gym 1 fights seem to be a lot easier. Keyword there, seem. I'm obviously not far enough into give a fair evaluation. And next up, it's the Grunt. Okay, so he goes Carvanha, Krogunk, Execute, and he ups my level cap. Okay, let's take a look at the calculator. Carvanha. So first things first, Carvanha has Poison Fang, Water Pulse, Bite, Aqua Jet. Okay, that means I can't go with something like Lotad, which would be my sort of default go-to for something like this. Who am I kidding? I'm just going to start by calcing Vivillon, I guess. So guaranteed 2-hit KO. Well, it says guaranteed. 2754. Yeah, guaranteed 2-hit KO through Oranberry. So it would be turn 1, he uses Bite, because it's highest damage. Small chance for Water Pulse. Yeah, 1 in 256 to use Water Pulse. No, 1 in 512, sorry, to use Water Pulse. Yeah, 1 in 16 that it estimates Water Pulse with max. 1 in 16 that it estimates Bite with min. 50-50 to choose Water Pulse. Yeah, so 1 in 512 to use Water Pulse, so I'm going to disregard Water Pulse Confusion as an option. Critical Hit Bite is much more plausible. Critical Hit Bite for 31 damage. We drop to 13. We proc Oranberry, let's say. Go up to 23. We land our Air Cutter because we're faster. This is Rough Skin. Air Cutter's non-contact, so it should be fine. And then we can kill it with the second Air Cutter, but there it's guaranteed to Aqua Jet. Yeah, so we could be dead to Bite Crit into Aqua Jet High Roll. Or Aqua Jet Crit. So that's not a good candidate. We can Air Cutter, get bitten. If it crits, we guarantee... Is there a guaranteed move? Oh yeah, it sees that it's dead, so it's guaranteed Aqua Jet. So we Air Cutter, we get Bite Crit. It's guaranteed to use Aqua Jet. Oh wait. Max roll crit on Bite is 31 damage. So we said we'd be at 23. Oh, we can actually always 1v1 this. Yeah, with an Oran Berry, it never kills us. Max roll crit into max roll crit leaves us at 1 health. So that's an option. What about Krogunk? Krogunk is Fake Out. 120 base power poison move on Belch. Do I need to look up Belch? Because I don't know this move. Belch. 100% accurate. Effect chance not applicable, type none. Okay, so it's got Belch. So Belch is just stupid high power poison type move is what I'm seeing. Okay, so Belch is kind of scary. In fact, max roll crit just one-shots. Yeah, okay. Which means we kind of need to save Vivillon for Krogunk, switch it in on the Fake Out, and then kill. Yeah. So how does Lotad match into Carvanha, even with the Poison Fang? Ooh, Poison Fang can just straight up one-shot, even without crit. That is not great. Chimchar Mach Punch is doing like 50-ish%. But Aqua Jet is just terrifying. So Carvanha. Carvanha really is a problem. I mean, sometimes Vivillon just straight up sweeps this team. Well, Vivillon doesn't even one-shot the Krogunk. This Krogunk is terrifying. Like, this... It seriously has Belch. That's fucking crazy. And it has Salakberry. What does Salakberry do again? Raises speed by 1 stage when it's below a quarter. Okay, so it's a speed boosting berry, which complicates things as well. So if I get him low, then he can... Right, so Vivillon hits Air Cutter, he survives, he chomps the berry, and then he's outspeeding, which means he actually always wins the fight against Vivillon. So we need to chip it, switch into Vivillon, but nothing can chip it safely. Right, like if I'm looking at Belch critical hit, Chimchar gets one shot. Yeah, everything except Finneon is one shot by Belch. Belch crit one shots everything except Finneon, and Finneon it sometimes does one shot if it crits. Okay, so that means that we have to kill Carvanha. Like Finneon has to finish the Carvanha so that we can switch Finneon into the Vivillon. I'm not sure why they even bothered giving him Rock Smash and Poison Sting, to be honest. It looks like he can never use them. Yeah. Like... it looks like he can almost never use those. Although I suppose if I had gotten a Poison type, he might be able to use... Oh no, Rock Smash is resisted by Poison as well. I wonder if there's like any Pokemon that he could realistically choose Rock Smash or Poison Sting against. I mean, definitely not Poison Sting. Surely. Like, what the fuck is Poison Sting doing here? I suppose if you have, like, low health, it could sometimes randomly bait Poison Sting. It feels like I have to do this sort of on vibes again. I don't like that. There's no clean strategy. I don't have enough options in my toolbox yet for this to be a clean, consistent fight. Belch is like really fucking scary. So I'm thinking we lead into Carvanha. We lead with Pooch is just dead to Water Pulse crit, though. And, like, Lotad's just straight up dead to Poison Fang. And Houndour is dead to a lot of crits. So really it has to be Fletchling. Fletchling's like the only thing that's not just instantly dead. Okay, so we lead Fletchling. Fletchling Aerial Ace for Chunk. How much damage is Rough Skin? 1/8. Okay, so max roll crit bite would be 33 damage. Drops fletchling to 2 HP. It eats its Oran Berry, it goes up to 12. It takes 5 points of rough skin damage. So I can land Aerial Ace and survive. It might proc Oran Berry. Maximum health it can be at after this is... I do 18 damage, he goes down to 16, he goes up to 26. Okay, that's the most health he can be at. So, assume absolute worst case, that all happens. Then he always sees a kill with Aqua Jet. We can switch into Lotad onto the Aqua Jet. He's faster than us, that always baits Bite. No, it doesn't always bait Bite, it can bait Poison Fang. Okay, so maybe not. I mean, we could switch Finneon into the Aqua Jet, but then Finneon can't kill. I mean, Vivillon could come in on Aqua Jet, but then we're tanking 2 Aqua Jets, and if they both crit, we're just dead. Oh, we can just be dead. Unless we're holding Oran, then we can't. Yeah. Okay. But we need the Vivillon's HP for Krogunk. So, do we have a different line? We know it's always Aqua Jet. We could go into this. Then it's always baiting either Bite or Poison Fang. Nothing eats Bite or Poison Fang very well. I mean, I suppose Pooch technically chows Bite and Poison Fang like reasonably. This is so scuffed. Crazy that critical hit Bite can just straight up... Oh. Yeah, we can switch this Lotad in on the Aqua Jet, and it does guarantee Poison Fang. Right? If Aqua Jet crits, then it can technically bait Bite as well, but it almost always baits Poison Fang. Do we have something safe to switch in on the Poison Fang? I don't have any poison resists, so no, not really. That's the problem. I don't have anything that resists poison. So this is all real scuffed. I could growl, not to decrease damage, but to tweak that, to deal with the AI to make him less likely to click those moves. But I don't think that's worth it. Right, suppose I sack a turn for it. Right, so Fletchling gets munched with Bite and then lands a growl. It's guaranteed to either Aqua Jet if it sees a kill or Water Pulse if it doesn't. Which means if we switch into Lotad, and with the dropped attack, he's still guaranteed to Poison Fang. Do I have like a good speed control move? I mean, I could Stun Spore this. So say I'll lead Vivillon. No, the fucking Toxicroak Belch is a problem. Right, because this will just straight up one-shot my Lotad, even if it's full, even without crit. And we don't want to bait it to use Belch, no matter what. So it kind of just has to be... Can I bait the... Can I bait the Execute? Execute is slower than the Krogunk, so it's very unlikely that I'll be able to bait it in. Unless it sees a kill that Krogunk doesn't. How much does it do to this? Okay, so it sees... very close to sees a kill on full health Luminion. Krogunk does not see that. 66.66. I can set up that Finneon baits Execute. The benefit of that would be being able to get Vivillon in on the Execute so that it's taking minimal damage on the switch in so that it can take out the Execute and then kill the Krogunk. Try to chain kill. Problem with that is it just straight up loses the 1v1 against Krogunk most of the time. Though paralyzing the Krogunk doesn't sound too bad. But it still sounds like I'm just straight up dead to Belch. This is... I shouldn't be needing this much time to cook for this fight so early. This Krogunk is fucking terrifying, dude. I mean, there's no way I can, like, stall out its Belch by spreading it across multiple Pokemon. It's not like... Nah, every single one of them has a chance to just die to a crit. So there's no way to play around the crit, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, we just have to hope that his Belch doesn't just completely wipe. Right, because he could straight up just wipe our entire team. Okay, so what I'm seeing then is... how does Fletchling handle... This just straight up dies to Belch. Not even a range, it just straight dies. Okay, well, not even a crit, rather. It's a range, but it's not a crit. Okay, so... I'm guessing then... So Fletchling needs to get its value. How does Fletchling match into Execute? Badly? Wow. Okay, so... So Fletchling needs to get its value in against Carvanha, I suppose. Yeah, Houndour probably matches very well into Execute. Yeah, Houndour 1v1s this. Sometimes. Oh, a Build Seek can hit multiple times, so this number is not even consistent. That is a mess. Okay, but Houndour... Yeah, so Houndour 1v1's the Execute. We'll just assume that's fine. Which means we just need something to chip the Krogunk so that Vivillon can kill. And we need something to deal with the Carvanha. So what can tank a Belch from Krogunk? Everything bar Lotad and Fletchling. Okay, so we never risk the Chimchar. Chimchar is way too valuable. Oh, also the Poochyena doesn't so... Yeah. Wow, it's a guaranteed Oko on Poochyena. Wow, Poochyena really sucks. Okay, so the line I'm looking at is we go Fletchling, Aerial Ace, the Carvana. We get a bunch of chip. We switch into a predictable... I was going to say a predictable Aqua Jet, but it might not be a predictable Aqua Jet. Finion's also just slower. This is not looking good. You know what? Still early in the run. Worst case, I lose about what, like an hour. Not sure how long I've been streaming. I'm not gonna lie, Tentacool would have been real nice right about now. I feel like Tentacool would have probably done very well into this Toxicroak. But we got unlucky with that. And I feel like Beedrill would also have been like pretty decent at tanking these hits. Because Beedrill is bad, but it's got like good special defense, weirdly. And it's early enough in the game that its stats are good. Okay, I don't have too much of a plan, but let's see what we can do. Oh, I didn't bring my Houndour with, did I? I'm an idiot. I did not bring Houndour with. That was my plan for the execute. Off to a great start. Well, we Aerial Ace. He bites. That's guaranteed. Triggers our berry. 26. And I didn't even consider that. I forgot to even consider flinch because nothing was working. Okay, are we just dead to Rough Skin? We survive, okay. Okay, this is guaranteed Aqua Jet. If he doesn't land any crits, then we are... Then Lotad is dead to Aqua Jet into most Poison Fangs. So we can never go into Lotad here. What about... This is rough, bro. I guess Vivillon just has to get us there. No, we can't do anything else. We're just gonna have to switch. Poison Fang. What? Oh, it's faster, so it didn't need to use priority because it already saw the kill. This triggers Oran. We need to not flinch. This is always bite. Yeah, this is always bite, and it always kills. Okay, if it's always bite and it always kills, then I guess we go Pooch. Let me guess, Poochien is also slower? Yep, Poochien is also much slower. Cool, so we're gonna flinch to this as well, probably. This is always Water Pulse, and we are dead most of the time. Yeah, 9 and 16 that it kills us with Water Pulse. Yeah, this is just doomed. How the fuck am I wiping to this trainer so early? I know how. It's like, what the fuck is Belch this early? Jesus Christ. This Carvana is also terrifying with mining honors. Oh. Wait. Would have been a range. I was like, I could have switched into Chimchar on the bite. Would have been a range anyway. Well, let's try this. I don't really have alternatives, so we switch into the Water Pulse. This is guaranteed Poison Fang. Nice confusion, by the way. Guaranteed Poison Fang. Okay, Chimchar, I need you to hit the range. Mach Punch does between 47 and 58%. Oh, nice poison, by the way. Okay, Chimchar. If Chimchar dies, it's a reset anyway. Nice crit, I guess. That does it. This bait's presumably Krogunk, because there's no way that Execute sees a kill. It sees a kill with Belch. Right, is it always a kill with Belch? Minimum roll with Belch is 27, yeah, so it always sees a kill here. And everything is dead to Belch. I'm not seriously gonna sack to the first trainer. I mean, this isn't even a sack that does anything. I'd have to sack 2. Krogunk has 22 speed. Fletchling is slower than him. That's great. I think everything I have is basically slower than him except for Chimchar and Vivillon. Yeah, he speed ties with Finneon. He has a chance to click Fake Out. Yeah, so I need him to click Fake Out and then lose the speed tie. There's Fake Out. Of course. Well, lose the speed tie, buddy. Nice. Okay, Finneon is dying so that the rest may live. Nothing I could have done there. I don't think. To be fair, I could have tried playing around all the flinches, but I don't think that was an option. Air Cutter just kills. And then Execute has bloody Stun Spore, which I should have Cherry Berried for. And it's also very, very likely to click it. But I think we're just fine. It would take extremely bad luck for it to be able to kill my Vivillon from here. Yeah, it triggers Auron, and then there's the Spores, and Confusion, and it's dead, yeah. Down an encounter. Down an encounter this early. There's no way I keep this, right? Like, suppose I reset. What changes? Suppose I restart. What changes? Where's the? There we go. What changes? Main one would be not getting a Finneon. I suppose I fish here to hopefully get the Lotad dupe. So that when I go fishing in the other area, I have a chance for Tentacool, Skrelp, and I have a higher chance for Tentacool or Skrelp. Yeah, I think you need a poison resist for this point. I mean, there's very little I could have done to increase my odds. But I suppose, considering I could have gotten the Lotad at Little Root, especially since I got that chain of like 3 back-to-back, yeah. Yeah, no, I can't have a death this early in the run. A death this early is just straight up a scrap and restart. Yeah, nothing else could tank could deal with that anyway, right? Because everything else is slower, and Chimchar was just straight dead to Belch. And so was, Vivillon was dead to fake out Belch, yeah, so there was nothing I could do there. Yeah. Well, I think... Yeah, that's gonna be a reset. That's gonna be a reset. And I think that's what I'm gonna call it for the day. Yeah, that's rough. There's no shot I can take a death this early. Update that, and I guess that's that for the day.